Is EP Shotty a problem in Destiny 2? Most of you who use the gun probably would say no. I say yes. I know, right? It's pretty crazy. Alright, so I got a reason, and I gotta go over what I'm gonna say in this video, and then we're gonna start. Alright, so for me, EP Shotty has been the only gun I ever see in just about everything. If somebody hasn't gotten themselves a Badlander or Mindbenders in the Crucible, they're gonna be using that. In Gambit, they are most definitely using EP just because it's such a good weapon in both PvP and PvE. And in Strikes, forget about it. It's almost a non-factor. No, everybody's using that gun. And if you're not using that gun, it's probably some other full auto shotgun, which I'm okay with because their pellet spread is a lot wider. But the EP Shotty just has a certain problem. And because of this usage rate, I think we are getting almost to the point of Destiny 1 Year 1 Gallarhorn amounts of ridiculous with this gun. This is one gun that everybody wants you to have when you do an LFG. And if you don't have it, there's going to be some problems. I mean, not always, because Riven doesn't exactly promote use of EP Shotty. Callus doesn't promote it. Argos doesn't promote it. But a lot of other things do. And that is why, like, EP itself is very good for EP Shotties. Strikes are good for EP Shotty. Blind Well is good for EP Shotty. And, I mean, come on. Crucible, Gambit, Primevals, everything. Everybody uses this gun. And today, I have 3 solutions for what this gun can be nerfed. I don't want to see this gun nerfed into the ground. I enjoy using this gun myself. But I think we have some tweaking to do. Now, before I go over my solutions, I'm going to explain what EP Shotty is for those who don't know. Escalation Pro, or better known as Ikelos SG V 1.0.1, it's a really stupid name, but is basically a gun that comes from Escalation Protocol on week 1 of the rotation and week 4 and 5 of the rotation. This is it is a 100 rounds per minute shotgun in the energy slot, coming in with solar damage. It is rapid fire frame, therefore it intrinsically has full auto. You have a choice between rifled barrel, hammer forged rifling, and polygonal rifling, which increase range, or stability respectively. And for trench barrel, this is the main perk. On melee hit, this shotgun will do 50% more damage for about 4 seconds. So you go up to the boss, before you time that punch real fast, so the boss slams, you punch, and so you're still on the boss now, and you just go to town with the shotgun because A, you could fire forever or until you run out of the mag, and it holds 8 in the mag, by the way, and you can fire with this 50% increased damage. So let's just say to the boss in the strike, you're doing 300 damage with a headshot. Good for you. Awesome. You punch him, and now you're doing 450 damage. Because that's a 50% increase. It's actually quite ridiculous. And, yes. And the last perks are Moving Target, Threat Detector, which are kind of a non-factor, but they're okay. But Trench Barrel is the real stipulation here. Now I'm going to explain why the gun is too OP. Now, Trench Barrel increases damage like crazy. Like crazy. People look for a melting point, but you can melting point for 50% damage on the boss, and then you can punch him with Trench Barrel for another 50% on your side as a buff instead of a debuff to the boss. So you can really stack it up and cause heavy damage really fast. Now, it does so much damage. If you ever seen the Gambit health bar on the boss, that thing goes straight down when you've got stuff like EP Shotty on the field. Also, it's the only gun that can deal as much damage as it can do. Now, Wardcliff Coil cannot. Two-Tailed Fox cannot. Most exotics cannot. EP Shotty can, and is the only one that can because of Trench Barrel. So yes, the gun itself is not an issue. We all know that Badlander exists. We all know that Hawthorns and Perfect Paradox and Zenith of Your Kind exist. But they're not used, and it's EP Shotty because of the whole Trench Barrel spiel. Also, it's legendary, which is a little ridiculous, because you can pair it up with Sleeper, you can pair it up with Queenbreaker, you can pair it up with Two-Tail, Black Talon, Whisper of the Worm, Malfeasance. You can pair it up with just about any exotic weapon, and you'll do just fine. You just can't pair it up with your Graviton Lance, but don't fret. You'll be fine. You can always pull out Chattering Bone or something. But this gun is legendary. Just like Luna's Howl, it can be paired with any exotic, but Luna's Howl isn't a problem, it's EP Shotty. And those are the reasons why the gun is too OP. Now, let's start with my solutions. My first solution is by far the worst solution, and I don't like this solution either. But I had to put it in because I thought about it. And what if they did this? Now, leave EP Shotty in year 1, or nerf it out of existence. I don't like this. I don't think it's a good idea. And I don't think people will be very happy. That's as fair as that. Just leaving the gun back in year 1 is kind of a oof move on Bungie, because they did that to all weapons in year 2 of Destiny 1, and yes, people weren't happy, but they did it. And I think the same issue is going to happen now. Next, number 2, make Escalation Protocol Shotgun exotic. Now, why make it exotic? Because it's got such a special perk and it's so powerful. I mean, it sounds exotic, doesn't it? But then that makes EP Sniper and Sub obligated to be exotic too, and I don't think we want that. Like, I feel like it's obligated. You can't just make this one weapon exotic. And it's not rare either, it's just that this just solves the issue that you can't pair it with anything else. But my last and most amazing, I think it's amazing. The last and most useful, or the best thing I have to solve the EP Shotty problem, which is nearly at Gallarhorn types of problems, which is nearly at Gallarhorn types of bad. I think we should nerf Trench Barrel from 50% extra damage to maybe 25 to 35% damage bonus instead of 35 damage, or 50% damage. So let me say that again. Let me reiterate. Instead of Trench Barrel increasing the player's damage by 50%, it would increase it by something like 35% or 25% or 30%. Give it a nerf there. But what makes this easier and better is, yes, Trench Barrel was nerfed. Great. Yes, no one's gonna like that, but if you make Trench Barrel available on randomly rolled shotguns, and then you also put it on sidearms, submachine guns, possibly even grenade launchers, fusion rifles, and some other stuff, I think you got a really good gun going for you. Like, let's just say you don't like moving target on the EP Shotty. So go ahead. Get a Badlander. Get Slide Shot, Rampage, moving target again, opening shot, you know, something different. And then also get Trench Barrel. So you'll be able to also get your own barrels, your own sights, and your own, like, magazine perks. So you could get Extended Magazine on Mindbender's Ambition with opening shot and Trench Barrel. Like, I think, you have a very good gun going for it. Possibly even better than Shotty. And remember this. From what I know, there are no randomly rolled shotguns right now that come in void damage. Actually, no, Retold Tail does. But that is a 55 rounds per minute slow rate of fire shotgun. So the chances of you destroying something with it is very low, because it doesn't fire so fast. But it does void damage, so you could do Trench Barrel, and then you could mix it with your own tractor cannon to get even more damage. So possibly this thing could make it better. Now let's talk about not just shotguns, sidearms. Sidearms are very cool in the sense that you could go up with a Smuggler's Word with Outlaw, and you've got a nice big high value target. Punch the high value target and just go to town with Smuggler's Word, and then after that, get Outlaw and get a quick reload. Like, I think that's pretty awesome. And yeah, what else? Sidearms, submachine guns, anti-OD, kill clip, Trench Barrel. What more is there to say? Like, come on. Who doesn't want a submachine gun or a grenade launcher? Let's just say you got your edge transit, obviously. As we all know, Rampage doesn't currently do much. So let's just say you get quick draw and trench barrel. You punch something and you go to town with edge transit. Like, that sounds great. Or what about a fusion rifle? You get yourself a backup plan, or maybe not backup plan, maybe like moving target, or you know, I think just on fusion rifles it'd be really good. Moving target, accelerated coils. Another good perk, like, I don't even know what perks to get on a fusion rifle. Can't get outlaw. Maybe rampage, kill clip. Get some really good things with trench barrel going. Because on EP Shotty, yet again, you cannot do that. And back, just a blanket statement, instead of just having rampage and trench barrel, you could go for kill clip trench barrel, so you can keep going. So you kill an ad, you get kill clip, then you punch it, and you punch another ad, and now you've got kill clip trench barrel. They're stacking up. Like, I think this would really solve a problem in Destiny 2. Make EP Shotty not the only gun ever used in just about everything, and also give some diversity in Destiny 2. And that's about it. As a recap, Destiny 2 has this gun called EP, has the EP Shotty from Warmind. And this gun is obscene with its trench barrel perk. When you do a melee hit, it gives 50% damage, extra damage. And the thing about this is it's the only gun that has this perk, and it's almost the only gun that's ever used in PvE, Gambit, PvP. Or maybe from my own personal experiences, but I'm pretty sure it is. And yes, this is a problem, because people are asking for it in LFG groups, and it's super useful and super amazing. It's the only gun of its kind, so it's almost becoming a Gallarhorn issue from Destiny 1 Year 1, and we obviously don't want that again, because no one liked LFG when it was like that. But my solution, and my most efficient solution, would be to nerf trench barrel from 50% extra damage to 30 to 25 to 35% damage, extra damage, and then after that, just put trench barrel randomly on shotguns, sidearms, submachine guns, grenade launchers, fusion rifles, and any gun the Bungie wants. And yeah, that's the whole thing. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free, leave a like, a comment, subscribe, hit the bell, because YouTube. And then after that, leave a comment telling me what you liked about it. And if you didn't like it, go ahead, dislike. Comment what I can do for next time for better. And with that, have a good day, everyone.